what's up, guys? Session workout 1-7. The workout today is 4-time, 15, 18, 21, 24 toes to bar. After each set of toes to bar, you can do a 50-foot handstand walk into 9 deadlifts, 315 for guys, 225 for ladies. After the 9 deadlifts, you'll go into your bar-facing burpees, and those will be descending sets of 24, 21, 18, and then 15. Scales for this one, guys, we are going to change the handstand walks to lunges, and then we'll lower the deadlift weight if needed. You guys can also lower the rep schemes down by threes, intervals of 3 on the toes to bar and bar facing burpees. So if you wanted to do something like 9, 12, 15, 18 on the toes to bar, and then reverse that for the bar facing burpees, you guys can do that as well. Time frame we're looking for on this one is in between that kind of like 14 to 17 minute. You might have some faster time than that, might have a little bit slower times than that, but that's kind of the ideal time frame we're looking for if you guys are going to scale this workout down at all. So we got Amanda, who demoed the video or demoed the workout, doing the video breakdown with us today, and then we had Logan Brown also do this workout. So let's get into their strategies here.
Today is just about managing my heart rate and managing my grip. So I think I'm going to, at least the plan is to break up the toes to bar and do a couple sets each time, maybe 3 toward the end, but I'll play that by feel a little bit. And then go break the deadlifts up into 2 sets. I hope to hold that, but we'll see. It's a heavy deadlift. And then just manage my heart rate and breathing on the burpees and see what I can do.
I'm going to break the toes to bar into 2 sets, try and move pretty smooth, as quick as I can with like little time wasted on the handstand walk, break the deadlift into 2 sets, and then move just at like a decent pace on the bar facing burpees and hopefully try to kick at the end. That's really about it. I think it's all about finding where you can breathe in the workout. That's about it.
All right, so fun fact, everybody's wearing a crop top in this video. That's not a cutoff tee that Logan Brown has on. Lexi's also in this one, guys, but we're featuring just Logan and Amanda on this one. So how did you feel pretty good about your sets on these ones?
I do, yeah. I wanted to go 2 sets at least at the beginning, with just really quick breaks in between, kick right up.
Yeah.
Basically stay ahead of him as long as I could.
Yeah. You were worried about him catching you on this
I
one,
was,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I haven't worked out with Logan a ton, so I didn't know. I knew this was going to come down to me managing the burpees more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't know if he was going to make that difficult for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I just kind of tried to start every movement like right away.
Yeah. So your transitions ended up being a little bit faster than his too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which it looks like you definitely had that happen on the first round there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that deadlift bar might have gotten. I mean, I tried to make this as comparable as possible for like, because like a lot of times ladies have 205 bars, but it's just like not as comparable as a 225 bar. Because they did that in fittest, right? You guys had 225 for the guys, 315.
Yeah, at the end. Mm-hmm.
So I tried to make that as I tried to bump it up on that one to make it a little bit more comparable, but
I was thinking about that workout too with the deadlifts.
yeah.
Given that workout had a million more deadlifts before we got to the 225 bar.
Right.
So I didn't actually know. I was like, I'm going to try to stick 5-4, but in my head I was like, who knows, I might get to singles.
Yeah.
But luckily I was able to hang on to the bar pretty well.
Yeah.
And then here, because I was on the burpees before he was.
Yeah.
So at this point I was just trying to match him no slower than matching him 1 for 1.
Yeah.
And then this is where I thought I effed up. Because I thought I maybe came out too hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can tell I am starting to slow a little bit on the burpees toward the last few reps, but that was purposeful to try to bring my heart rate back down and breathing more under control so that I could hop up onto the bar.
So that's one thing, kind of like a cool point that you brought up there, is like you purposely started to slow your burpees down. So at an elite level in the sport, guys, you can actually use your movement speed to recover on. And so like if you see athletes not taking breaks in workouts, they actually are taking breaks. It's just they didn't push maybe a certain movement as fast as they possibly could have to recover for that next movement. So that's kind of like a cool little coaching point that you brought up there.
We've been working on that.
Yeah. Yeah, finding gears is huge for this sport. And that I need to remember this, but when you guys go back to burpees, I want to point out a little bit of a difference between your guys' burpees here that might be why you're a little bit quicker at them too. So I chatted with Logan a little bit about this. Can't remember exactly what he was saying. I think he was just saying it was volume related for him. So, and he's still, I think, what is he, 21 or 20? Yeah. So he's still super young for the sport, and like just knowing what his training program is like, he hasn't put in a ton of volume. It's geared a little bit more towards intensity, but which he is actually he's making good progress on. So it's, and like at 21, you don't necessarily need to destroy your body to get good at the sport. Like you'll
Not
continue.
if you want to be in it.
Yeah, you'll continue to make progress there. So, yeah, I think we did a workout a couple months back where it had like 40 or 50 bar muscle ups in it. He's like, that's the most bar muscle ups I've ever done in a workout. I mean, I'm like, yeah, that's a Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
So what were you feeling, right? Like, what did you start to feel here?
Here, I think, is where my breathing started to get a lot higher. So I was trying to manage my breathing going into that second set of deadlifts to be able to, again, move.
On the burpees? Oh, okay.
Because I knew that would probably be, I was assuming that would be my sticking point in the workout. But
yeah.
So yeah, and like this, it's a very, like, your heart rate's kind of high the whole time, and your breathing's high. So it's like Logan said in his strategy, finding your space to breathe.
Yeah, that deadlift is definitely going to jack that heart rate up, especially it being heavier too. Like the blood pressure of it is just going to really start to drive that heart rate up. So here, you can see how tall Logan stands up on his burpees. Did you check him out on that one to see how fast he was
Probably.
So Logan stands really tall in his burpees, where if you watch Amanda, she's kind of hunched over a little bit closer to the bar. So with bar-facing burpees, we know that it's kind of like a center of gravity thing. How much your center of gravity travels is kind of going to dictate how fast your burpee is. So with Amanda being a little bit closer to that bar, she's able to speed her reps are a little bit faster than Logan, who's kind of almost standing all the way up in that jump there. So if Logan can kind of get used to being a little bit closer to that bar, and it could be an intentional thing. Maybe he was trying to breathe a little bit more or something. But that's something that you want to kind of try and push towards, is being able to be a little bit closer, speed those reps up a little bit more. And for him, I think it's just going to come with time in the sport, honestly. Did you ever feel like you were out of control in this workout, or?
No.
Yeah. You felt pretty like well paced out and everything.
Yeah.
And like despite your heart rate being high, you felt like you were able to get onto each implement.
Yeah,
pretty well.
and I focused, like I said, on my breathing, and like here in the toes to bar, I think I break the next 2 sets into 3, if I'm remembering, into 3 sets, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay.
And was just focused because I feel like I can catch my breath on toes to bar a little bit. So I was focusing on doing that and like breathing through the movement to not like spike my heart rate more.
Okay. So you were also kind of trying to find some rest in this portion of the movement too. Because this is around a 21, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think I must have gone 10-6-5 maybe.
Okay.
We'll see. This is my last set. So.
Did you being so far ahead of Logan adjust that at all, or?
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I probably would have gone 3 sets no matter what at that point. My grip was starting to feel like fatigued, and I didn't want to fatigue it out for the deadlifts.
Okay.
But I do think being ahead of Logan did change up. I think like I rested maybe a little longer between things than I maybe
Yeah.
needed to
Okay.
at certain points.
So like maybe after you got off the toes to bar, just like kicking right, but I mean,
Right.
handstand walk is okay.
And then taking the little bit longer rest here versus taking a longer rest here and a longer rest here.
Okay. Yep.
Kicking right back into it.
Yep. The floors are lumpy here.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually started at quarterfinals all our handstand walks on that side because that's actually a little bit downhill. So we got 2 downhills instead of 2 uphills for our quarterfinals workout. Yeah, I think this is where the volume starts to set in for Logan. Because I think he's at like this. Actually, I think he's at set 3. That was maybe set 4.
I say he ended up having to break the toes to bar a lot more than he was originally anticipating.
Yeah. I'd be curious if he was feeling his hip flexors or core at all too.
I mean, this entire workout is hip flexors.
Yeah. Well, at least you know yours are enduring.
Yeah.
Were you worried at all going into the last set of toes to bar with it being 24 or no?
No.
Okay.
I knew after I went 3 on the 21, that 3 sets on the 21, I was like, all right, I'm just going to break it into 3 sets right away. I think I went 10-7-7 again. Because I didn't want to push that last round too soon. And so I kept the toes to bar into that 3 sets and then started picking it up after the handstand walks in that last set of deadlifts.
Okay.
Jeez.
Was
See that?
that kind of like you knew after the set of burpees where you're like, all right, now the workout gets significantly easier?
Yeah, it's like the workout's basically over at this point. And again, didn't want to push too soon on the toes to bar, which is why I kept those more broken.
Yeah.
But right at this, this workout was kind of weird because like it's enough volume and long enough to be like, okay, well, you can't sprint the whole time. And like you're in the middle of it and you're like right here, you really start, like your breathing really but you're like, I'm literally almost done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think, I don't know how many burpees I have left. Probably not that many. Because definitely like, it was in all of my sets, the 24, 21, and 18. The last like 3 to 5 definitely
started to kind of like get challenging. But in the first 3 sets, it was kind of like, hey, I need to slow these down anyway so that I can go hit my sets of toes to bar. Yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting workout because it's like a descending or ascending rep scheme into a descending rep scheme. And like everything kind of like plays in on itself as well too. So
like every single movement affects the next movement.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think you attacked this one pretty well. Like, I think coming out hot on that first round, like, it seemed like you came out a little bit hotter, but you did start to slow. I think was a good
I settled
route
in.
to go. Yeah, because you did settle into a pace a little bit more.
And I do think if, like, that sounds like mean to Logan. If I had somebody, like, a little closer to me, pushing me a little bit, I feel like those little, like, the rest getting onto my first set of toes to bar, I feel like I probably could have kicked up right away, even if it wasn't 10 right away, even if it wasn't like 10-7-7.
But at least like 5.
Yeah, and just like kind of got up to it and got started on them right away.
How scared would you have been if Logan just jumped up onto the toes to bar and started ripping them right there?
I wouldn't have been scared because I was still feeling pretty good on all the other on the deadlift, and I felt like I was moving pretty well through everything. So, but like even here, I feel like I could have kicked up right away.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And maybe not even necessarily right away, but could have kicked up a little faster.
Yeah.
It's like once I got a little bit further ahead, my transitions weren't quite as quick as they probably could have been.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to do. when you're not like necessarily pushing 100% against somebody. But that was, I mean,
I
that
was
was
to say, I had a
quick
faster
turnaround, too.
turnaround
Yeah.
that time. So I guess that one, I just took the longer rest toward the beginning versus the last round of handstand is kind of longer rest.
Right,
longer
right.
rest on both sides.
Right.
And this is where I said, it's go time.
As soon as you adjust your
As
belt.
soon as I tie my belt and take a
breather.
couple rests. As soon as I get onto the barbell, it's go time.
So this is the round of
This-
15 bar facing burpees though too, right? Okay.
Yep, and the last set of deadlifts
Okay.
that I just hung on for.
The old famous broke my back deadlift there. Repping them out. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what is Logan down to like singles right now? Or doubles?
No.
Oh, doubles. Yeah, yeah. That's just a volume thing for him.
Mm-hmm. I think here my goal was to finish my burpees before he finished his toes to bar. I had no idea where he was, so I had no idea if that was like literally even
That
possible.
would have been so demoralizing.
But I was like,
yeah, you can see you pause there for a second.
here, I was like, oh, he's done with his toes to bar. But I think that was like rep 12 or something like that right there, where I took like just an extra breath.
Like just finish it. Nice job. Was that
Thanks.
13:58?
Something like that.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, definitely just like managing grip and breathing. Like your breath, your respiratory rate gets up and stays up for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Logan did a pretty good job of keeping his handstand walks pretty consistent, though. He's super consistent at workouts. I think that's just like something he needs to work on a little bit. And like he probably would have been really consistent if he had the volume for the toes to bar. I think he just needs to work a lot on like interval stuff where he's pushing the pace on his first rounds to get used to just like holding that higher intensity throughout his workouts.
Yeah.
But again, I think a lot of like he's just super athletic. I think a lot of it for him is just going to be time and like putting in the time for
For
things.
sure. Yeah, because this is a quick set of deadlifts for him.
Yeah.
3-3-3 really fast.
Yeah. And like even as he gets stronger too, I bet you he'll be able to go sets of 9 unbroken on something like this. Sprint. Yeah, even these are a little bit faster. You can see his footwork's better too. He's just like down on them. So like it's 2 steps over and then 1 step drop.
I mean, I know that's one thing he said at the beginning too, was that he really wasn't planning on pushing those burpees at all.
Yeah.
And for him, I think that was smart because I think if he would have
Knowing
gone
the toes to
faster,
bar. Yeah. Yep. Which I think, and that's just like a training stimulus of doing a lot of intervals of like toes to bar and burpees, which we've done a lot of before. Yeah, so I guess would you do anything differently on that one or?
I think the only thing, like rep scheme wise, no. And I think I'd just try to focus on making my transitions quicker throughout the entire workout.
Yeah.
And like obviously your transitions are gonna slow down because you get tired.
Right.
But
right.
just being like, just a couple seconds faster each
Yeah.
transition, and that
Yeah.
obviously makes up a lot of time.
Right.
But rep scheme wise, everything else, I feel like I felt good about how I attacked it.
Yeah. The nice thing was that you could see like the cool thing is like both you guys, your speeds of contraction on your movements never slowed down, so that was good. It's just like I think for you, yeah, transitions, like it would have been cool if you had somebody there that was like able to push a little bit more. And then for Logan, it's just like, so his speed of contraction never slowed down. So you can see his aerobic system's really good because he's able to recover between those sets really well. But it's just like building out the volume now for him to be able to, hey, I can now push my speed of contraction that doesn't slow down
Yeah.
further, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, you guys killed that one. So that was, yeah, that was like a sanction level workout that I want to try and give you guys. So yeah, good luck on this one, guys. It's fun.